Hey Fae folk, welcome back to another Dolls I Don't Want video, the first of 2026. This is gonna be another voiceover video. I do apologize. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling getting ready and sitting down and everything, but I am still feeling talking a little bit of shit about some dolls. So that's what we're gonna do today. So if you're not familiar with this series, it's where I go through some dolls that have either recently released or we have like stock photos and they're gonna be coming out semi soon. And I just discuss all the ones that I don't want to buy for one reason or another. Sometimes it's simply a price issue. Sometimes I think that they are butt ugly. And yeah, it's just a way for me to get my opinions out for all the dolls that I just really am not interested in buying. That being said, these are, of course, just my opinions. If you love every single one of these dolls, that is absolutely fabulous for you. Just like keep it kind in the comments down below. Yeah, this is a little late. Midway through February for the first dolls I don't want of the year. It's a little late, but things just keep happening. I feel like it's been like a very eventful first couple months of the year doll wise. Like there's just been so much to talk about. But the important part is that we're finally here. So let's go ahead and get started talking about the dolls that I personally don't find worth buying, starting off with Barbie. So first up for Barbie is this new like neutral-ish collection of Barbie basics, both the just like single like doll basics and also the kits, and also allegedly like at some point we're supposed to get even bigger kits. I don't know, it's irrelevant. We're just using this picture to encapsulate all of them because I don't really have anything to say about the dolls individually. The reason I don't want these is more of just a like collection thing within myself that I've realized I actually want to make a dedicated video for this, and I haven't checked my little calendar that I plan out my releases on. So it actually might end up being the next video, which would be really funny. So I'm not going to go super in depth, but basically I just am finding it really hard to like care about most Barbies lately. I really think that I'm someone who likes Barbie in the capacity of when they do like super themed dolls, like any cultural dolls can be fun, or like historical dolls, or like fantasy dolls, or even just anything that has a strong theme. I think I can be convinced to like it. Like I'm open to Barbie. It's not that I hate her as a whole, but I think when it just comes to these everyday fashions, it's just not my thing. So like there are some of these dolls that are prettier than others. There are some fashions that are prettier than others, but just in general, they don't make me feel excited. So we're not going to buy them. Next up is this Fantastical Realms Goddess Barbie. I actually did make a whole video on all my problems with her. So once again, we're going to be a little bit more brief with this one. I just, I don't think she's a bad doll. I actually do think that she's like quite pretty, maybe a little bit basic. This was a fan vote, and I went into it in the video where like this wouldn't have been my pick for the fan vote, but I still do think she's pretty, except she's $100. And you cannot convince me in this lifetime that this doll is worth anything more than 50 at the absolute most. So like mostly it's a price reason that I'm not getting her. Okay, this is kind of fun. So these are, I believe, the fourth wave of the Barbie Deluxe style dolls. This is the best picture that I have access to at the moment, so my apologies, but I think it's good enough, right? The numbers are in descending order, which is weird, but we're gonna go ahead and just go left to right. So number 16, I think that she's cute. She definitely, like, in my mind, feels slightly basic. I don't know, something about the skirt is just like, okay, yeah, whatever, it's a skirt, and like the shirt also feels a little bit, yeah, whatever, but she is still really pretty. And I think that that's more coming from like other brands that I would want some embellishment, or I might even expect some embellishment or like a print. For Barbie, though, this is genuinely a solid look, and also like they can't necessarily be trusted with prints, so I'm super chill with it. I think the base doll and like her hair and everything is super cute. I'm just gonna tell you why I don't want these at the end after we kind of look at all of them. Then number 15 is the Millie of the group. I actually really like this dress. This is super pretty. Like just the asymmetry of it, I'm a sucker for. It looks like they actually used a good fabric for the draping so that the draping doesn't look like ass, which we love to see. And it looks like she has full tights on, which is crazy. Like that level of quality is just not necessarily something that I expect from Barbie Playline at the current moment. So full tights is super nice to see. Then we have number 14, who is my personal favorite. I love it. Looks like her hair is a little bit crimped, which y'all know I'm a huge sucker for crimped hair for some reason. And I think this dress is so, so pretty. It looks like it has a bit of a metallic sheen to it on the body of the dress. And then the sleeves. Are you kidding? Are you joking me? These sleeves are incredible. The big poof with the bows, I'm 10,002% here for it. And then lastly, we have number 13, who like is very much just the inverse of 16, right? Like she's not ugly. I will say I think that the fabric choice for the shirt was a little bit weird. Like on 14, you can see that the sheer fabric poofs out nicely where it's supposed to on the sleeves, and it sort of has this light, airy, like bubbly feel. But this almost velvety looking fabric that they tried to do the same effect with on 13 is just really bulbous. I know that you can get a sleeve like this from a velvety sort of material on a human scale, but I'm wondering if maybe on doll scale it's just like not as feasible, or if they just like didn't care enough to try harder. I do think that looks a little bit awkward, but I still don't think she's ugly. Honestly, I think that this is the best line of the Barbie basics, or not the basics, sorry, the Barbie Deluxe style dolls since the first line, and it might even be better than the first line. But the reason that I don't want these is because, like I said, I just think that I'm not feeling enthused enough about Barbie to drop money on these. If I had infinite money, then I honestly probably would pick up a couple just for the sake of having them. But since I live in reality and I don't have unlimited money, I just do not in any capacity like them enough to get them. So honestly, very good showing from Barbie, just not for me as a consumer. And lastly, for Barbie is the third entry into the Gala collection. Much of what I already said honestly applies here, where like she's not an ugly doll. I just don't care enough to get her. She is a modified Odile face sculpt. This is, I believe, called the Alma face sculpt. So it's like Odile, except they tried to give her more stereotypically African and like less Eurocentric features. And I think they did an excellent job. Like she genuinely looks so, so pretty. I love the face for this doll. The earrings are really cute. The dress is just the dress. Like I definitely don't hate it. I have seen like a couple of reviews where the quality could be questionable on it, which we don't love to hear. But mainly, again, it was just the price for what you're getting. This is a $50 doll that you have to have a $10 membership to get, that is a Mattel Creations exclusive. So you also have to pay shipping. And I even have the membership. Like, I think mine is still active, but I would still have to pay $50 plus shipping. And I just don't see it. I have no idea where that money is going with this doll. So, like, she's pretty. She's one that, like, again, I'm not super enthused by her. Maybe I would have picked her up if she was like 20 bucks, but 50, I didn't even think about it. This was not for me. Just another super, super quick entry here before we dive on into Monster High. Couple of K-pop Demon Hunter Playline dolls that I wanted to talk about. I did once again do an entire video dedicated to my thoughts on all of these. So if you want to hear like the in-depth opinions, definitely go check that out. But for these are dolls that sing Golden, and they don't have like articulation really. Like they're mostly singing dolls. And my thing is, I already bought, like, pre-ordered the collector set of Huntrix, and I do want them in their, like, core everyday sort of looks, I guess you could say. So I just don't really feel like I need a third set of the trio, and also Golden isn't my favorite song. I still like it, but it's not my favorite song from the movie, so I just, like, don't feel compelled to get them. And then the Bathhouse Roomie, I do think this is a nice, like, I think that she looks good. I think this is a really fun outfit from the movie to, like, make in a doll form. I just, again, I don't know if I need a third roomie. And also, I think she's going to be like $50 or something. So she's just a little bit pricey for me for a character that I'm already getting two of. Like, if I understand this is going to sound crazy, and I just need to be super clear. I understand that this is irrational. Okay. I understand that this is not like, this isn't advice. Okay. Don't do what I'm about to say if this were ever to become like a reality instead of a hypothetical. But if the only way ever that I could get Saja Boys dolls, because they're only releasing Genu as of right now as a Playline doll, or like at all, if there was a way that I could get the rest of the Saja Boys and I had to pay 50 bucks a piece for it, I unfortunately am crazy enough and a big enough fan of the movie that I would do that. Is that a good use of money? Absolutely not. Is it smart? Also absolutely not. But it's also not real, so I don't have to worry about it. Point being, though, if that was like the only way to get these characters, I'm not saying I would justify the price point, but like I would grit my teeth and do it. But for another roomie, I just don't need this. Okay, coming in hot with Monster High. Can't even lie, if I had more energy, I would have made a dedicated video about this third Beetlejuice collector set, but I don't. So this is going to be all of my feelings pouring out all at once. And spoiler alert, they're almost universally negative. So this is the magician's assistant, I believe, on the left, and then Miss Argentina on the right. I'm like 99% sure I'm right on those character names. If you haven't seen my stuff before, I don't know anything about Beetlejuice. I've never seen either of the movies. I think there was like a play. I've never seen anything with Beetlejuice. I'm not going to. But even I know, just tangentially from like absorbing things, that these are very much not main characters to the film. And it's not that there's like a problem with making non main characters as dolls, you know, like as someone who has had my favorite character be a very minor character in shows before, I understand that for some people it's really, really fun to have merch of them. So if you are one of those people, I'm not shitting on you for enjoying this. Like, if you love this, that is fine. However, I think it is fucking stupid that we made this, because this is the third Beetlejuice set, and the second one did not, to my understanding, sell super duper well. That one was a wider release, which was good, but like it doesn't seem like people were necessarily the happiest with it. But regardless of even how the second set went, this is the third set. Yes, this is the first time that it's not Beetlejuice and Lydia, but this is the third set, and there are just so many other IPs that they could be making dolls for that I think would be infinitely more exciting than seeing yet another Beetlejuice collector. That's just sort of my base opinion on it, is that I don't think that these should have been made in the first place. Again, though, like I get that that's easy to say as someone who isn't a Beetlejuice fan. Like I'm sure the fans are happy to get so many dolls, but like I would like to see other things adapted into the Monster High style. But then moving on to the dolls themselves, for the magician's assistant, I do think that it is absolutely sick that she has a body that is like cut in two. I think that's really fun. It's definitely very interesting. It is definitely very Monster High. She's by far my favorite of the two. I still don't think she's exceptional, but I do think that she looks decent. The couch is her stand. And I'm just gonna say that couch looks real cheap. So I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I think that part of the fun part of having a body that divides like this is the diversity in which you can display it, except you can't because there's not an extra stand. So you can't actually put her on a stand and stand her up and have that option to display her full body all together, unless you just like take Miss Argentina off the stand or you just have an extra stand. But I think that that's weird that they like didn't make the couch an extra accessory and instead replaced it. And then again, it looks really cheapy to me. While we're on that note, all the fabrics across the board look pretty shit in my opinion. The object heels on this are terrible. I don't care about the reference. I'm sorry, they're terrible. And then Miss Argentina is just an absolute hot mess. Like, this is just insane. I have nothing nice to say. Again, if you love these, that is so fabulous. I wish you luck getting them. I don't even know when they're coming out or if they will have already come out by the time this video goes up. That's how little attention I've been paying. But I think this is one of the most butt ugly dolls that has been released, especially on a collector level, ever. I think this is insane. I feel really mean. I'm kind of sorry. But also these are $100. And like, the collector quality has been going downhill for a minute, but this feels dire. Are we kidding? This is $100. This is a no for me on like 10,000 different levels. On an ever so slightly more positive note, for the Playline Monster High G3, we are getting 3 new Fearbook dolls to the lineup. And I mean, I feel better about them than I do about the collectors that we just talked about. This first one is Laguna, and I just have a really hard relationship, I think, with colors this dark and saturated on her. Sometimes I think it can be done so well. Like, there are definitely Lagunas who have a similar color story that I think are unbelievably beautiful. Also, sorry, I forgot to say, the only pictures we have right now are the inbox pictures, so that's what we're going off of. My bad. Anyway, though, There are other Lagunas that have like a lot of black or a lot of very, very saturated colors like these pants that I just think look really bad. And unfortunately, this one falls into the latter camp for me. I actually don't mind the shirt terribly, but the pants are just, they're just too much. They're just a little bit too much for me. It looks like she's doing some sort of like sciencey situation. So like when we get more pictures of these, depending on the accessories she comes with, like I maybe could be convinced to buy her on a sale and just try to switch out the pants for something better. But I'm really not even sure about that. So she's not hideous. I have seen some people really, really love this Laguna. I just, it's a lot for me. Then we're getting a Ghoulia, which like, listen, y'all know I'm not a Ghoulia person simply on the basis that zombies freak me out to the nth degree. But I still have to give her a round of applause for the comeback, like failing so miserably with her first G3 doll and like being just so widely critiqued, and then getting the Skulltimate Secrets doll that like it seems like the general response was it's a little better, but it's still not good enough. And then everyone thinking she was never going to get another doll. And then I think she's supposed to get a Buried Secrets doll. Has that already come out yet? I'm so bad about this. But now she's in Fearbook. Like she's fully in like an actual line. So shout out for the Ghoulia fans. Like I'm really genuinely happy for you all that she has seemingly made a comeback in Monster High G3. I need the same to happen for my Ghoul Spectra, okay? If this can happen for Ghoulia, then Spectra deserves another doll. Like, I think she also is rumored to be in a future Buried Secrets line, but I need her to get to have another proper doll. Please, I'm begging you, because, like, I love her. Anyway, though, to actually talk about Ghoulia, this is crazy. This doll genuinely, for a split second, made me think, could I own a Ghoulia doll? I think the ultimate answer is no. I mean, she isn't a dolls I don't want video, but for a second I was thinking about it. Um Funnily enough, honestly, like now I'm saying that again and I'm like, holy shit, could you really change your mind again? Maybe on a sale. I don't know. Don't think about that right now. God. These aren't even out yet. And I'm sitting here agonizing. The shirt is excellent. I love the sheer underneath. The cherries is like a callback to her original design in G1. I think that's really cute. Finally, they got the memo that Ghoulia needs red in her color scheme and gave her these incredible red pants. I love these pants. I think these are so, so fun. Like, I'm so happy to just see them on her and see her having the proper color scheme. Personally, I really like the super short hair. Some people seem really unhappy about it, but I think it looks really, really cute for her. I love the skateboard, like the accessories that she comes with, I think are so sick. Why did they have to ruin it by giving her a bright pink helmet? And I know, okay, I already hear you. It's brains, it's brains. Maybe we could have picked a pink that wasn't hot pink. Like you could still have pink in her design, even like the pink cherries. It's so minimal that it feels fine. I just feel like maybe you should have like done something else with the helmet other than hot pink, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. And then the hot pink's on the bottom of her shoes too. And it looks like she still has like a weird color for her eyebrows. I don't know. So that's what threw me back off. For a second, I was like, holy shit, do I want a Ghoulia? And then I was like, ooh, that's a lot that I'd have to fix. So probably not. But I will say that in my personal opinion, this is leaps and bounds above the other Ghoulias that we've gotten from G3. Like this is it for me by far her best doll. And I am actually excited to see more pictures once they come out. Like, I mean, you just heard me. I guess I could be potentially convinced. Don't pressure me in the comments. Be nice. But like she is definitely to me a stunner, a standout. And then we're getting another Draculaura. And listen, much like Beetlejuice, why? Why in the same line do we need another Draculaura? Like, I do understand she's pink. Pink is popular. She in general is very popular. Like, I am frustrated with how many Draculauras exist, but I think that I'm maybe less frustrated than some other people. And that's not a judgment. That's just like, I'm placing myself on the scale, I guess. Like, it's not my favorite thing to see an infinity of Draculauras, but also at least like if they're cute, I typically don't really super duper care. But two in the same line before the other established characters have like gotten a doll in this line, I think is egregious. Like if they had done every other character that G3 has already come out with and given them a fear book doll and then they gave Draculaura a second one, it's like, okay, well, they gave everyone else a turn, right? But like Caddy hasn't had a fear book doll. Where's Caddy? Where's Spectra? Again, up on my high horse. Where's my girl Spectra? Like, I just feel as though it would have been better for them to do like other dolls. I don't even think Frankie. Frankie hasn't had a Fearbook doll. Like we haven't even gotten Cleo, we haven't even gotten all of the main cast in Fearbook yet. So for there to be another Draculaura is just sort of like, was this genuinely necessary? And then to actually look at her, she is doing like some photography, and I do think that that's really, really cute. This is just honestly shockingly boring to me. Like I'm genuinely surprised by how just nothing this feels. Her hair is cute enough, the face is cute, the shirt does have little like bat prints, so there's something there, but the skirt is just so basic. Like there's nothing happening with the skirt. It's just a black skirt. And then she just has really basic black tights, which it does look like they tuck into the shoe, so that's nice. I'm not really upset about the tights being plain in a bubble, but like when you look at the whole thing and the whole thing is plain, then it's sort of like, are we serious? And then the shoes are like not super exciting. So I just think that there's not a lot going on here. So it's not even as though they gave Draculaura a second Fear Book doll and it was unbelievable, amazing, the best thing you've ever seen. It's like she's just a doll. There are yellow accents, and this actually makes me more upset because I love, like, I adore when Draculaura gets yellow accents. I think it is one of the prettiest accent colors for her, but they have yet to do it correctly for me in G3. They tried with Neon Frights, but that was verging on like a greenish yellow, and I really, really didn't like the shade of yellow that they used for that. This, I do think it's still very neon, but I think it's a better shade, and it's barely there. There's like Count Fabulous's bow is yellow, which I will say is an insanely adorable touch. There's like a hint of yellow in the accessories, and then her hair bow and the bow at her collar are yellow, and that's it. Like, give me more. Give me more. If you're going to do this, like that's the other thing too. If you're going to have two Draculauras in the Fearbook line, if you made one of them like very clearly visually different, like obviously they are visually different, but like if one of them had a ton of yellow accents, that would be different too. That would be really fun. I don't know. She's certainly not ugly. Like I do think that she is a cute doll. I just don't think that she's exceptional enough to exist really in this lineup, let alone for me to want to buy her. We're almost done. Just a couple more things I want to talk about. We are getting another lineup of pre-productions. This time it is going to be Rochelle, Rebecca, and Phoenix. I think these are fun. Like I like that they're continuing to do the reproduction dolls. I think that's really nice considering how horrific the Monster High secondhand market is. So like having the opportunity to buy these at a semi-reasonable price is excellent. The only reason that I don't want these is because I actually already have all three of these dolls in their original form. Technically speaking, my Rochelle is missing her headband, but like I already have all three of these, and personally, I'm just not super duper interested in getting duplicates unless it's for a character that I'm like really, really into. And I love these, but like just not quite enough. Even Venus, like I do love her, but like not quite enough to end up getting realistically what is a duplicate of a doll I already have, so I don't plan on buying these, but I like that they exist. Okay, and then to round out the video, I have been dying to talk about this Cinderella collab. So this is a Cinderella doll made in collaboration with Victor and Rolf, and the internet hated this doll. Like I saw so many posts and videos of people just ripping this doll to shreds, and I do get it. Okay, I do get it to a certain extent. It is extremely like on the nose and a little bit cringe and very kitschy. Like I understand that critique. If I'm being honest, I kind of like this. Like I don't collect Disney, but I saw this and I was like, high key, this is kind of cute to me. I don't know what it is. I think it's funny to see Cinderella, like the classic princess, in such a different setting. Like this is so obviously not literally movie Cinderella, right? Like it's not just her dress slightly redesigned. This is entirely different. I genuinely do like the silhouette of this dress. I don't know what it is, but I do really like it. Her phone, like a little accessory, I think is cute. Her hair, personally, I think is pretty. She has a very unique face sculpt. Like I know I sound insane And that's fine. I'm used to having hot takes with like design. But I genuinely think that this is like kind of a silly, just goofy, funny type of Cinderella doll that maybe in theory doesn't take itself too seriously. Like in that capacity, I honestly think that this is kind of cute. And low key, if I did collect Disney, I would have picked her up. If, and that is like the biggest, fattest if ever, this doll was like 30 bucks top. This doll was $125. And that's where you lost me. That's where you lost me entirely. Like, she is silly. She's kind of weird and like goofy. I know Victor and Rolf did a like runway show with dresses like this. So, like, I know it's referential and everything. This is the type of doll, though, that I genuinely think would have been better received if she had just been a silly, weird little playline doll. Just like a little, hey, haha, if you want to see Cinderella in a very different like outfit than she would ever wear, here you go. This is like kind of goofy and cute. I think that people would have thought of it more as like a novelty item in that regard, like if it had been cheaper. But at $125, that's frankly just insane. For that price, you're getting close to being able to buy just a Disney limited edition doll that has infinitely more detail. I have no idea what they were thinking, but that was a disaster. So I think that was just like such a funny release. I was so excited to get to talk about this one because I think she's cute, but what are we doing with the price tag? But yes, that concludes this first episode of Dolls I Don't Want for 2026. I still can't believe it took me this long to make it, but we made it. We got through. Hopefully this was fun and entertaining for you guys. Definitely let me know your thoughts on all the dolls in the comments, but I have finally finished giving you my thoughts, which means that I get to go eat some apple slices and peanut butter. So I'm going to go do that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, your night, whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.